from section 3, we want to combine cubes and squares. So basically, anytime we have more than 3 terms, we want to group them together. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I want to group 3 of them together. Ones that are kind of like terms. So this has an x squared. This has an x squared. Is there any more x squareds in there? No more x squareds in there. So maybe I want to combine something else. How about I combine the b cubes? That's a b cubed, that's a b cubed, and that's a b cubed. So I'll put those 3 together. And that's a positive 4b cubed x. So that means I can factor out a b cubed, right? And then plus a 4b cubed. And then I can put those all together. And then separated by addition sign, and then I can put the other 3 together, right? And they all have c cubed, so I'm going to factor out a c cubed. They also look like they have an 8 in common as well, right? So maybe I can factor out 2, kind of looks bad. I can factor out maybe an 8 c cubed, negative 8 c cubed x squared, and negative 32 c cubed x. Okay. So out of this one, I can factor out an x, or a b cubed into b cubed. Okay, so then I get an x squared plus x plus 4. And then on this one, I can factor out what did I say, negative 8 and a c cubed, so a negative 8. So that becomes just negative. So I can just do negative 8 parenthesis like that. And then that would be a 4. And again, these should be the same exact parentheses, right? This one's just going to be rewritten a little bit different. That's a x squared, which I can see is my x squared there. And then a negative 4 and negative, or positive 4 actually. A positive 4, and that should be positive 2, 4x. So I mean, somewhere this one should be a 4x, right? Because that 4 right there, so that should be a 4, and those are the exact same. So that means I can factor this whole thing out. So when I factor that out, I put it on the outside, an x squared plus a 4x plus 4, and I get left with a b cubed. Now it's multiplication, right? Because I'm factoring. Cubed, and then a minus 8. So there is my polynomial. Now I can look and see maybe I can expand it some more. So I noticed that the 8 I can rewrite as a cubic, right? So that would be rewritten as b cubed minus 2 cubed. So I can do a difference of 2 cubes. So b minus 2, and then b squared plus 2b, and then plus 2 squared, which is 4, or negative 2 squared, which is 4, or just 2 squared. That's fine. Okay, and then this one, I can see from here, I can see if I can factor it using CAB. What times what is 4 but adds to 4? That would be 2 and 2, right? So I can factor this to x plus 2 and another x plus 2, right? So those are my factors there, and then these are all my factors. And I can't factor this one in because what times what is 4 but adds to 2? That's not possible. So these are all my linear factors. Okay, and so that one is done. Now we can look at this second one here. So this second one, you can rewrite 2 different ways. I can rewrite it 64 is 8 squared, and x to the 6 would be x third squared as well, right? So I could rewrite that as 8x cubed squared, and then the y to the 6 would be y cubed squared. And so I could do it a difference of squares. I can do that a difference of squares, or I could rewrite it. We can rewrite this as cubed, right? 64 is 4 cubed. X to the 6 would be x squared cubed. And so I could rewrite that as 4x squared cubed, and then minus y to the 6 would be y squared cubed. So I can either do it a difference of cubes or a difference of squares. Either way, it will expand and equal the same thing. And so you could try that on your own, and then we can check it in class. Okay, so try that part on your own.